Videocast number 117, Arrow of Light. Arrow of Light is typically the culmination of the Cub Scouting program and is the only badge from Cub Scouting that is worn on the Boy Scout uniform. There are 5 basic parts to the Arrow of Light, and these are accomplished during the year and a half as a Webelos Scout. Sometimes this is referred to as Webelos 1 and Webelos 2, and sometimes this is referred to as Webelos and Arrow of Light. But we'll just refer to them as just Webelos Scout for the purpose of this discussion. Webelos is the last of the Cub Scouting program years at about 10, and typically the Cubs are in grades 4 and 5. The 5 sections include 1. Be active in your Webelos den for at least 6 months. 2. Complete each of the 4 required adventures: Building a Better World, Duty to God in Action, Outdoor Adventurer, and Scouting Adventure. 3. Complete 4 additional adventures with at least 1 as an elective of your den or family's choosing. 4. Complete the pamphlet exercises How to Protect Your Children from Child Abuse. And finally, number 5, earn the cyber chip. If you've participated in the Cub Scouting program, you would be familiar with the active component of your pack. While active varies from council to council, it usually boils down to paying dues and sometimes some amount of attendance. You would also be familiar with the pamphlet and the cyber chip, so we'll be focusing on the adventures needed for Hour of Light, beginning with the 4 required adventures and touching on how they relate to transitioning to the Boy Scouting program. The first, Building a Better World, is about citizenship. It enforces your rights and duties as a citizen and use and display of the flag. The second adventure is Duty to God in Action, as the name indicates, stresses faith and religious tolerance. The third, Outdoor Adventurer, includes the outdoors, camping, and how to be good stewards of the outdoors, with leave no trace principles and how to protect yourself in different outdoor situations. And finally, Adventures mirrors a lot of the requirements for the Scouts rank in Boy Scouting. If you want to give your Cubs a leg up in the Scouting program, treating this section with additional emphasis will be a big help. Items like learning the Scout Oath and Scout Law, understanding Scout badges and how a troop works will give Scouts context to the next stage in Scouting. Some of the concepts in these 4 adventures may not be familiar to you if you've not been part of the Scouts BSA program. A tip to remember would be to reach out to your local troop for help. Flag ceremonies and folding the flag are integral parts of the Boy Scouting program, and these Scouts should be able to easily lend a few Scouts from their troop to work through it with your den. Many troops have boys or girls in positions of responsibility to these adventures. There's an outdoor ethics position, a chaplain's aide position, and sometimes even a scout instructor position for knots and lashings. Take advantage of these Scouts from your local troop. Of the other adventures, the ones that have the most relevance to Boy Scouting would be the cooking requirements within Castaway, swimming skills on Aquanaut, and plant and tree identification into the woods. Once complete, the Scout has earned their Hour of Light, and if they are at least 10 and a half, they can move into the Scouts BSA program. As a former Webelos leader, one of the challenges is getting all of the Scouts to complete all of the participation requirements, as you may not be able to do all the requirements at once, and then if your Scout misses the part 2 of a meeting, you have bits and pieces that need to be made up. My suggestion is to focus on the required adventures first, and if you see you've missed a few Scouts that have missed one of the sessions, craft an additional session to reinforce the elements previously completed and try and keep them all moving along together. This obviously becomes much easier with other adventures, as the need is to only do 5, one of which they can do on their own. So if you plan on completing 7 or 8 of the adventures as Weeblos, if they're partials, it will not interfere with the Scouts earning the AOL award, or Hour of Light. Take what you like, leave the rest, as we say in Wood Badge. Feedback is a gift. Leave yours below in the comments with all the hope we can learn together. I'm Scoutmaster Dave, and this was a bit on the Hour of Light.